Welcome back to Tracktalk. Great to have your company as always. We're now up to race number 9 on the programme. It's a speedy race on the poly track. Blink and you'll miss this one. Red Rover up at the top is down in grade. Bright Almighty, we'll be hearing once again from Tim Fitzsimmons on his runner. Oscar Chavez jumps on board Mr. Hooper. We've got recent trial winner Songgong Hera in the field here for Denny Beasley. Winning Hobby has been in good form. Hold on, I'll get it out in a minute. Al Green is back at the party. Thomas Delago at the Sizable, Decreto, Murder Mystery and Hadir are not in the field as yet. So Tim Fitzsimmons very kindly gave me a little bit more of his time to chat about Bright Almighty when I went round to see him earlier this week. Tim, one horse that's got what looks a very live chance this weekend is Bright Almighty. On the back of that run last time, he looks a leading hope for you this weekend.
Yeah, it was a really good run the other day. We probably ended up a little bit further back than what we would have liked, but he hit the line really well behind Stephen Gray's horse, and that form's been franked quite well. Look, he came to me. He is a bleeder, so he's a horse that I try and manage and spread out his runs. But he's in grade already. Trialled really well last week, and he should run really well.
Yeah, he certainly should. Obviously, he's level. I mean, on the balance of his form, I mean, it really is quite strong when you sort of really pick it apart.
It is, and we were unlucky to run into that really nice horse last time. So hopefully, with even luck, he's in the finish again this week.
Good luck with him.
Cheers, thanks, Nick.
Yes, indeed, he is a very interesting horse. I mean, that second to Shore Will Do is very good form, and I mentioned when I said to Tim in that interview there, just some of on the balance of his form. I mean, third to Bluestone. I mean, fifth to Pattaya. These are all good runs, very good runs.
Even like Sam Warrior as well. That was a very good run from him. He had a bleeding incident in last year August that interrupted his performance there. But since coming back, his form has been ultra consistent. So I think he's the one to beat on race 9.
Yeah, I think he possibly is actually. I think he's found a nice race here. Lerner rides, got half a kilo more to carry, so there's just that little bit of weight, but I don't think it will stop him here. Songgong Hera. Now we're going to take a look at a trial because, interestingly enough, this horse has been gelded, and that can usually bring about improvement. Ray, talk us through this trial because under Richard Lim, he showed a good turn of foot.
Yes, he looks sort of like matured over the months rather. When a little push from this rider on top, and he really went past the rest. So likely race, and Songgong Hero, I think he's the one that you're going to look out for.
I think he's certainly worth looking out for. I think he's better than the form he's shown in Singapore.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
I think he's certainly better than that. Here's Winning Hobby, who, if you go back to a run in August of last year, beat Chevelle Rapid, who won absolutely impressively last week. So this was his second to Orion success last time out. Handicappers put him up 2 points though for this.
Yeah, so been consistent as well since coming back. His second up performance that time, that was a good show from him. But now in stepping down in distance, 1,000 meters, not run in this course, this distance before. So a little bit concerned.
Yeah, I think he's got a bit of speed. He does like to lead. That day he beat Chevelle Rapid. He made all off a mark of 53, carried a lightweight. Tenku's claim of a kilo will bring him down to 55, so that's going to help his cause as well. What about a horse like Kiss Your Song? He's now down to a mark of 65. This is going to be a little bit easier for him.
Easier, but he had been showed a lot of ability earlier on. I think that was last year, early last year. So we haven't seen for a while. So I don't know. I see his morning track work was just okay for me. Not enough for me to be in my top 4 though.
No, I tell you, and well, the iRace magazine have actually gone with Bright Almighty here as well, so that's a nice strong push from them, who've been in good form. One of their sectional stars. Must just mention Al Green. His record fresh, very good. 8 runs, 3 wins. Louis Berzlan rides with 55 kilos. I thought was interesting. Ray, just before we get to the selections, give us a roughie in this race. If there was one at a bit of odds that you thought could run well.
I would go for number 5, Songgong Hera, because it was gilded. And
that's a roughie.
I thought number 2 will be the favourite, Bright Almighty.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe he's a roughie.
Not Lim's Knight or Thomas Delago?
No. They have seen their glorious days earlier on.
You've happily tipped them.
Yeah, for play chance, mainly.
That's sort of what I wanted. Anyhow, no, very good stuff. Songgong Hera for Ray there could be a bit of value if, and I think Bright Almighty, as Ray alludes to, will be backed. Let's have a look at the selections for this race. I'm going Bright Almighty on top. Over Winning Hobby, Songgong Hera, I think they're all going to be very well fancied. And Al Green for me, I'll throw him as my bit of value there. He's pretty consistent on the whole, the old boy. and he'll run well again. 2:6.58.
I go for number 5, so I'm going Hera or Hera, whatever you call it. St. Gildet. And number 2, Bright Almighty. And number 7, Link's Knight, consistent in class 4. And the number 11 horse, Thomas Vilago, 5 through 7-11.
Race 10 is a class 3 over the 1600 metres. Trumpy up at the top is the mount of Oscar Chavez with 58. He's going to give 3 kilos and more away, this horse. He ran well in the Gold Cup though. Further down, the likes of So High Class and Spirit of Big Bang are stable mates. Dancing Rain ran a huge race last time. We're going to take a look at that shortly. And Augustus over the page there in this race. And what is a nice little race this. Possibly 1 or 2 do have entries for the Kranji Mile. We'll take a look at Dancing Rain, who, just having a quick look at the list, has not got an entry in the Kranji Mile.
Yeah, but this is in the 1600 meter. This is his favorite trip. In the class 3, I think probably won't be going for Kranji Mile. But Dancing Rain, if you remember, Destroy Eclipse, formerly known as Destroy Eclipse. I think this, if he can bounce back, this will be his race, Dancing Rain.
Yeah, good run this actually. You can see how close he's got in the end. He's real eye-catching, to be fair. And Simon Cobb jumps on board. I like that booking. Now we're going to take a look at Whistle Grand now, because I know you're a huge fan of Leslie Koo. 62 rated. He could get into something easier. I can see the method in Leslie's madness, because he gets in here with a lightweight.
Yeah, very ultra lightweight with the grad. You see this morning, you don't see him, you don't have much speed in front, and this camera you still don't see Whistle Grand, but he did run on well. He's a very hard-working type of horse in the morning. He put his head down, in the morning, and training pretty well, straight up freely. So yeah, but this is, I mean, who are going to kid? This is a very strong class 3 for me.
You're forever trying to kid me.
I'm not kidding.
But no, I get it. I think it, as you say, it is a decent little race. This once again, Ray. Obviously, it comes a bit with the territory. When you're a champion trainer, you have a lot of horses, and because of the way our season has gone a little bit, with one meeting, you end up running quite a few against each other. And once again, Michael Clements has got a triumvirate in this race.
Yeah, with his 3-point attack, this is Mike, our champion trainers. I think he's got something to say. Let's hear from him.
Michael, you're pretty well represented in the 10th race on Saturday. You've got the 3 runners in the race. Probably the most interesting, arguably, might be Spirit of Big Bang. How's he?
He's going great, Nick. He's had 2 runs back after having a long time off. He had an injury at track work one day and had a fracture in a hoof. It took him quite some time for that fracture to heal. We've been very pleased with his 2 runs back. He's run, I think he's been placed 3rd twice over 1200, which is clearly way short of his best distance. His better wins here have been over 1600, so excited to get him back over the 1600 this week. He's a horse that we have a lot of time for. He did really well last preparation, and I think from a few starts he won quite a couple of races, and was always heading in the right direction. So it'll be really interesting to get him back over 1600 meters this week.
He really, and mentioning the trip, obviously he really did blossom, didn't he? I remember that day he absolutely bolted. I think Jazza Pardy might have ridden him, and he won by about 4 lengths. But he certainly looked better than the grade he was in.
Yeah, and he was an improving horse, so he just kept on stepping up each time we raced him. So yeah, really happy to have him back over the right trip as well this week.
You've also got Trumpy in at the top as well. Oscar Chavez will be back in action. I read an article on the website that Mike Lee wrote. Oscar was quite taken by him. He's been pleased with his preparation. Have you?
Yeah, so we took him over from Cliff Brown when Cliff left, and we gave him a run pretty on the poly track within sort of 10 days of him coming over from Cliff's, and he ran okay, perhaps not suited to the poly track. And now we've had a bit of time with him, got to know the horse a bit better. He trialled last week, and we were really pleased with his trial. He had a gallop on Monday. Oscar's been on him on both occasions, and he's been really positive about the horse. So happy to have him back on the turf, and expecting a good run from him, albeit with 59 kilos on his back.
Yeah, it's a big impulse. And just finally, you've got So High Class as well, who's returning to action for good supporters, the Al Rashid team. And again, last time we saw him, he was a winner as well.
Correct. A winner in his wins for us have all been in the lower class 4. He's run fair races in class 3, but probably is a little much for him in this class. albeit with a light weight, he's still going to run well, but probably going to be more effective when he drops into the top of Class 4 again.
I know you don't want to pick between the three because they're owned by different people, but if you had to pick one, would Spirit of Big Bang possibly be the one?
I'd say so. He's got the form at the moment, really good form over 1200, going to be well suited to coming up in distance. And saying that, Trumpy's had a really good prep over the last couple of weeks. It's going to be close between the two of them, but likely Spirit of Big Bang may have the upper hand.
Well, we hope they run well for you.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. I sort of have to fully agree with that, Ray. I think Spirit of Big Bang, of Michael's three runners, clearly looks perhaps the most likely winner here. I mean, third to Charisma last time, third to Stablemate Heartening Fly. Interesting, just having a look at the first noms for the Kranji Mile, both Trumpy and Spirit of Big Bang are in that race. I know that's looking very optimistic because they're further down the pecking order, but I mean, it's interesting that Michael's put them in there.
Yeah, they need to sort of like get the rating, get a win, and get a rating up to enough to be in feature in Kranji Mile. A long way from there, but they're working their way up.
They are, but what have you made of Spirit of Big Bang? I mean, what, because that I alluded to Michael there with that win that I think Joe Azzopardi rode him. I mean, he absolutely bolted in one day.
Yeah, that was a very good performance in the 1600 meter, right? Even though coming back to Singapore the racing,
actually Vlad rode him.
Yeah, and two racing in the 1200 meter, he can do it so well. So I think 16 definitely can be able to do it well.
Yeah, he's obviously a very nice horse. I think So High Class can certainly step up. He's got bits and pieces of form at Class Show. I must just ask you about Dancing Rain. We've both got him in our tips. That run last time, he came from a mile back. Obviously, the winner was good. That was Wind Trail. I think we both collectively found him. But Simon's going on kilo off of 53.5. There's a lot to like here about this horse.
Yeah,
I must say.
I dare say Dancing Rain is the best horse in terms of 1600. Who can do 1 minute 30 seconds? When below doing 34 seconds below. I think off my head I can even think about that collectors so far. So with this, I mean his form of course is so-called in a dipping. If he bounce back, he's the one to beat Dancing Rain. Yeah,
1:33.69, his best time over this course and distance. So clearly a very interesting runner. It's a really interesting race, I must say. I noticed you got Solo Sun in. Just give us a quick line on him.
Yeah, Solo Sun's he put pretty well in the morning with Sun's operation as well. So the Sun, the Bloodstock have been doing pretty well of late. So number 8 Solo Sun, I think the course and distance definitely suit him well. So Solo Sun is one of a contender.
Yeah, he's only 2 points higher than his last one as well. So a decent case made there for him. But I'm going with Spirit of Big Bang here. I just felt he was the one they have to beat, and for that reason I've got him on top for sure. I mean, I've liked his couple of recent runs. He can go a couple of places better, and I just feel this horse is probably not the finished article just yet. He's better than what he's showing. I think he can certainly go to another level a little bit here. Dancing Rain for second, Trumpy in as well with a big weight, I think can go okay. And our friend So High Class in 6, 7 and 1, 5.
Yes, I completely agree with number 6 Spirit of Big Bang. 4 run in 1600, 3 wins and 1 placing. Haven't seen the best of him yet. So and then number 8 Solo Sun, he's the course and distance winner as well. So I'm going to put it in. But he's not the course. He had kept in form of late. Number 5 So High Class, and number 7 Dancing Rain. If he can bounce back, number 7, he definitely can win this race. 6, 8, 5 and 7.
Yeah, very interesting runner, Dancing Rain. Here's the final race. Fascinating race this for one horse, and it's Mystery Power. More on him shortly. It's over 1200 metres. Ronaldo's Dream's back in action as well. We'll hear from Mark Walker, the former champion trainer. I managed to track him down at the track this week. Never an easy task, I must say. Gigi Diamond, there, Hot Shot Slam, I'm a Conqueror, Boom Shakalaka and Sun Trek. But I must say I was pleased to have caught up with Mark because I had a really good chat with him as well, and he's got a couple of very interesting horses in this race. Well, he's got both Ronaldo's Dream returning and Mystery Power. I asked him about Ronaldo's Dream first, and also Mystery Power. This is a fascinating runner from the UK. Mark, a couple of really nice horses lining up this Saturday, notably Mystery Power, who we'll discuss shortly. But firstly, Ronaldo's Dream back in action. Good to see him back as well.
Yeah, he won his first start really nicely, and he didn't bow his tendon, but just sort of strained it slightly. Like any strain's not ideal, but he went through rehabilitation process, and touch wood, it seems to be okay.
And just obviously on that initial maiden win, obviously quite a precocious type of horse. I mean, has he been good to deal with in the preparation now for this second up run?
Yeah, we just gave him 2 quiet trials, and we gave him a reasonably harder trial the other day, and Jerlin actually rode him in the trial and got on with him well, so she's riding him on Saturday.
Just a line on Jolyn Seow. Obviously, she's yet to ride that winner, I know, but she's riding extremely well, and I imagine you're quite pleased with what you've seen from her.
Oh, definitely. Those seconds eventually turn into winners, and she's had a good grounding, and Simon's doing a really great job with her, so won't be long and we'll see her in the winner's circle for sure.
We certainly will, hopefully. And just on your other one, obviously, Mystery Power, he's sort of well named, really, because he sort of, I remember seeing him in a trial, I looked him up, and obviously the form certainly rings true to me, given that he's a Group 2 winner of a Superlative Stakes in England. So he must be a nice horse to have, and you've trialled him, and he seemingly has done all the right things.
Yeah, his first trial was very strong, very good trial, and the second trial he just lost his way a little bit, but so we trialled him again, and the recent trial was good also. He's been a bit tricky at the barriers the whole way through, but seems to be a bit better at the moment. So on his form, 1200 is probably quite sharp for him, but he's well prepared and he'll run very well.
And just finally, Mark, obviously, given sort of where you're from and you've been here a long time, getting horses from the UK and Europe, I guess would it be fair to say you probably don't get as many of them as you would from say the Southern Hemisphere?
No, exactly. Probably the best one I've had is Elite Invincible. He was a great horse to us, winning a Gold Cup. So hopefully this bloke can shape up as well.
Yes, indeed. He's a very nice horse, as you saw there in that piece of VT, Ray, a winner of a Group 2 Superlative Stakes in the UK. Interesting enough, I remember seeing this horse turn up at the trials, and I looked down, and I'd done a bit of research, found out he's won a Group 2, and he's rated 61. I mean,
so underrated.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm. You probably know this horse better. I mean, Newmarket is probably the place you know well. Right?
Do know it well, right? and I know the horse is formed very well. I mean, he's got some good form. He was second to Al Sahali in a listed race over a mile. If you go back to July of last year, hasn't run for 253 days. But as from a more local perspective, Ronaldo's Dream. I mean, he was impressive on that debut, and a big ride this for Jolyn Seow, because that recent trial, Jolyn pushed him out. She looked good. The horse looked good. This could be a match made in Kranji.
Maybe Jolyn have been trying to get a win of late. Yeah, he's in on.
I think she's been trying very hard.
Yeah, good to know. She's been trying very hard. Yes, but I would say this is a pretty strong Class 4 for me. I see a couple of horses at good form, and it's not going to be easy.
It's a nice Class 4 for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I agree fully. War Pride is a winner last start. Let's take a look at him in action, shall we? Again, this is some more recent form. Beat Headhunter, was a $14 favourite. Jurek was on. Higher in the weights now. Zyril rides.
Yep. This time around, no Derek, mainly because it's suspended. So we got this apprentice riders get a claim on 3. He kept his form that time. He won in the Class 4, so he's the course and distance winner. We got to respect him.
Certainly do. He must be well respected, this horse. And the Marksman, let's take a look at the Marksman now running third. This horse has threatened to win one in his start so far, and I think it's only a matter of time before he does.
Yes, matter of time. Ultra competitive, good turn of foot. Not much speed from him in the front though, but he has been sort of like trying to get a win of late. So this should be his course and distance as well in the turf. He ran in Australia before in the turf, so one to look out for as well.
Yeah, he certainly is one I think to look out for. He had to win in 4, but he's dropped a point since he arrived, and he's run some very eye-catching races. There's his work with Alexander, showing the younger horse what the game is all about earlier on this week. So we've got a first starter for a new stable. First Chief has joined Jason Lim in this race, and up at the top, Valorious is Tim Fitzsimmons, isn't formerly known as So You Too, Valorous, I should say, Valorous, there up at the top. So interesting name changes. One also I want to just ask you about, Ray, and he's really sort of dropped off the radar a little bit, is this Chi Diamond. Do you remember the night he beat Shepherd's Hymn? That was a really nice win that night. And he's just lost his way since.
Yeah, I sort of lost his way. But Shepherd's Hymn came out and win a 1600 meter in a Class 4 as well, right? But she's very hard to follow type of horse. The form of late have been sort of like dipping, so not for me today.
Give us a word or two on your selection, Night Love. You're obviously willing to give him another chance. I'm probably not as keen as you, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, he had done well in the 1,000 meters in the class 4. I think we haven't seen the best of him. I thought, to me, he's very eye-catching.
Beat the marksman, actually.
He beat marksman, yeah.
Yeah, do you know that?
Yeah, he's a good performance from him. With our Louis on board, might be
But
just
I thought it was disappointing last time.
Yes, disappointing. Well, we can find some excuse,
Can you?
Yeah, because maybe he went too slow in the front.
Okay.
So if you ride him more progressively, aggressively with this good barrel draw, I think he might be able to bounce back. And he looked good in the morning as well. So I'm going for this number 4, Night Love.
Yeah, hopefully he has bounced back and can find his 4 months again. Look, I'm going to go with Mystery Power here. I just think Group 2 form in the UK is too strong not to strongly consider on Class 4 debut in Singapore. And look, it's not always the case. He's not going to come here and blow these away by 10 lengths, but he could certainly come here and win first up, or he might well underperform. Who knows? We just don't know. But he's a very interesting runner with some very, very good form. He was 7th by Pinatubo. I know he was well beaten in the end, but that was obviously Group 1 form. Ronaldo's Dream in for second. A Friend of the Marksman and War Pride. Couldn't find a spot for Night Love. I just want to see him perform again before I side with him. But 5, 6, 3 and 2. And Ray, I commend you for giving him another chance.
Yeah, I'm going to give number 4, Night Love, another chance. He needs to be more aggressive this time around. And number 3, the Marksman, War Pride, going to be somewhere there about. Of course, you said number 5, Mystery Power. We haven't seen him in Singapore running yet. I thought, we'll keep him safe. 4, 3, 2, 5.
Certainly keep you. Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, number 1, I think he probably can watch out for his Charger, number 7. We have to talk about him. If he's bounce back, he might just get some money.
He could get some money. Indeed, Charger. He's a nice horseman. Specials. I'm going race 6 and 1, Big Hearted, and race 2, number 3, The Shadow is my value. So I'm going with a Falcon pair of Falcons. What do you call a pair of Falcons?
I don't know.
I don't know. I was asking you.
Double Falcon?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for
That's a good picture, Ray.
With some hair, yeah. Yeah, I'm going for race 6, number 1, Big Hearted. Hopefully you can get the money on that day. Race 2, number 8 is my value, Alexander.
I'll take you on with the value then. Alexander versus The Shadow there. Specials, media specials, CrownJRacing.com. Larry Foley, race 6 and 1, Big Hearted. So good on you, Larry. And Suresh has joined us. Obviously, the tip-off's taking a little bit of a sort of sabbatical at the moment, but it will be back, I can show you. Race 3, number 5, Speedy Missile for our good man Suresh up across the causeway. So that's that for Track Talk. 11 races. Just finally, in conclusion, obviously, we're gradually, Ray, as we've worked into April and obviously end of March, we're building up to these group races, which will start on the 24th of April with the Lion City Cup, and we're seeing some of the really nice horses stepping out, and this week is no different.
Yes, very interesting would be in the month of April, end of month April, Lion City, right, as you said. Start to see some feature race, getting more and more excited.
It certainly is. Big Hearted will be in action. He's obviously a Gold Cup winner, and this Mystery Power, well, he's a fascinating runner in the last, so looking forward to him. And we've got the array of all your Class 5s and Open Maiden as well, obviously with a little bit of intrigue with Alexander there being a half relative count of Monte Cristo. But you'll be down in the parade ring for us on race day. Looking forward to that, I'm sure.
Yes, so looking forward to some of, as you said, some of the newer horse. As you said, Mystery Power coming to Singapore for the first time. Yeah, I'm interested to see how he performs on that day.
Yeah, indeed. So we're well and truly working into the month of April. Thanks for joining us here on the Track Talk Show. We've got 11 races coming up this Saturday afternoon for your entertainment. Hope you can join us then on Channel 88, also Singapore Pools, and stay tuned to all the social media avenues as well. From both myself and Ray, hope you've enjoyed it, and we love bringing you the show, and we look forward to your company on race day as well. From all the team here on Track Talk, goodbye.